Good afternoon. I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Orange County Board of Education to order. Drew, will you please call roll?
Trustee Bez?
Present.
Trustee Sparks?
Here.
Trustee Shaw?
Here.
Trustee Williams?
Present.
Trustee Barkey? Here.
Thank you. With the member participating via Zoom, we need to have every vote be a roll call vote. So if I forget that, will someone please pick me? So we'll do it right. Okay. We will move to the adoption of the agenda.
I so move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, I can't do it. I just said that. We have to, right.
Trustee Valdez?
Yes.
Trustee Sparks? Trustee
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Barkey? Yes.
The minutes from the special meeting 22nd, 2024. Actions or additions? If not, move
So
approval.
moved.
All right. Second by Mary. Go ahead, Drew.
Trustee Valdez?
Yes.
Trustee Sparks?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Barkey? Yes.
Great. We will go to item number 1, an interdistrict appeal hearing that will be closed. From Anna Unified District to Newport Mesa Unified School District. Good evening, everybody. Forgive us for having a late start. We had a longer closed session and interdistrict transfers than we anticipated. So appreciate your patience. So we will get started now. We will lead off with invocation offered by Reverend Sarah Averett Phillips of the Brea Congregational United Church of Christ. And perhaps I can call on Trustee Valdez to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance afterwards. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Reverend Sarah Averett Phillips, and I serve the Brea Congregational United Church of Christ. All of us come from different traditions, so I invite you into this moment of prayer in a way that feels comfortable for you. Spirit of life and love, known by many names and yet fully known by none. As the warmth of the summer sun envelops us, we gather in gratitude for this season of rest and renewal. We give thanks for the opportunity for our students to pause and recharge and to prepare for the learning journey ahead. May the sun's rays remind us of the warmth and the energy needed for vital work of supporting our youth and guiding them toward a future filled with promise and hope. In this time of summer, we see the seeds we have planted in the hearts and minds of our students begin to sprout. New life emerges, symbolizing potential and growth within each young soul. We pray for wisdom and patience as we nurture these seeds, understanding that our efforts in education and support will bear fruit long into the future. Let us be steadfast in our commitment, knowing the groundwork we lay today will blossom into a brighter tomorrow. As we look around and witness the vibrant blooms of diversity, we celebrate the beauty that each unique individual brings to our community. We affirm and honor every student, embracing their varied religions and races, sexual orientations and gender identities, and socioeconomic backgrounds. And in this tapestry of humanity, we find strength and richness, a testament to boundless creativity of the divine. We acknowledge the rich soil that nurtures the roots of education, grounding our students in knowledge and empathy and compassion. And just as plants need fertile earth to grow, our children require a supportive and inclusive environment to thrive. We commit to creating spaces where every student feels valued and empowered, where their roots can deepen and their branches can reach for the sky. And if we get lucky enough for a summer rain to bless us, may it offer us refreshment, a reminder of the hope that sustains us. As these rains nourish the earth, may we be invigorated in our mission to educate and uplift. Let us find joy in the simple moments of laying in the grass, feeling the breeze on our faces, and remembering that we are all interconnected. Each breath we take is a gift, a testament to the interdependent relationship we share with all of creation. We recognize that all of creation works in tandem with the divine to bring forth the world we envision. Let the summer season be a time to renew our commitment to the common good, the sacred task of shaping a future where every child can flourish. Together with hearts united and spirits renewed, we embark on this journey, trusting in the guidance and the strength provided by the earth and by the divine. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Okay, please stand. Please face the flag of the United States with your hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you so much. Renee, do we have any introductions this evening? I think your mic's off.
We have no introductions this evening.
Okay. Thank you. So Dr. Sparks is with us from Italy. It's about 2 a.m. She's still awake. So this evening, I've asked Trustee Valdez to lead us the public comment. How are we looking, George?
Too many today. I'm a little surprised.
Well, that's because we have another stack over here.
Oh,
So we're segregating. I think so. We're segregating the superintendent. Okay, so these are going to be the
these
public
are
comments.
just general comments.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I am going to first name and then the person on deck. First up is Deborah Cam, and second is Doug Hewson.
3 minutes, right? There's only a few?
There's only 4. 3 minutes. Deborah Cam, you're first.
Yeah, May change.
Deborah.
Oh, we're going to ask you to go back to that one there. Yeah.
Okay, this is great. I only prepared 1 minute, so I'll talk really slow. Okay, my name is Deborah Cam, and I'd like to bring to your attention an article from the Wall Street Journal that was published on February 23rd, where the Irvine Unified School District was exposed for paying over $1 million of our tax dollars to private attorneys to engage in litigation against one student with a disability. USD also has at least one attorney contract that allows for up to $1,390 per hour. It is more money than many residents of Orange County make in a week. We need to ensure transparency and fiscal accountability for all school districts throughout Orange County. We need to ensure that children with disabilities do not have a $1 million price tag on their heads. And we really need to know that taxpayer dollars are going to education and not litigation. And please appoint Dr. Bean.
Okay, Doug Hewson are up, and Cindy Barkamar is on deck.
Thank you, Steve, for the opportunity to address you this afternoon. I dwell outside the county, but I serve within the county at Irvine International Academy currently. And I wanted to come today just to express again my best wishes for Dr. Al Maharis, who is finishing up a role. And just briefly, because I've had the relationship with Dr. Bean and won't be able to stay till the entire meeting, over the last 2 years, I found him to be a man of exceptional character. He is qualified beyond, and beyond that, his history is delightful. He's built within our school a beautiful environment that hopefully could be replicated throughout this entire county. I'll commend this trustee board in finding and discerning and selecting fantastic candidates. You'll do well with whichever one you choose.
Okay, Cindy Barkamar is up, and Mike Davis, or Dabs, is on deck.
Cindy Borkeman. Good
Sorry.
evening, board. I am outraged that Dr. Miramontes continues to defraud the public by hiring his cronies without a legitimate panel and interview process. Miramontes has cheated the taxpayers this year by hiring over 6 administrative staff, costing over $2 million without hiring one teacher. Renee Hendricks is complicit in all of this because she signed off on the whole hiring process. Let's take an example. Miramontes hired Ryan Cummings from Norwalk, Mirawan, La Mirada, where he worked. He hired him as Director of School Services. Miramontes worked with him. This position did not go through the interview process, and nobody from even this county that was a principal could even apply for the job. Recently, Dr. Miramontes has hired other principals recently in the last week. I think that this is an outrage for taxpayer money. And I also believe that Fred Navarro needs to be looked at on how much money he's making as a consultant. You know, I know that Maharis hired him, but we don't know how much he made. And I also think that he was given a raise by Dr. Miramontes. So on a positive note, I just pray that Dr. Bean is hired as a superintendent. I think he's going to lead the students of Access. They need a really good leader, and I think he's going to guide them. And I just pray to God that he gets it.
Okay, Mike Davis, or Dabs, you are up.
Sorry, that's Davis.
Thank you. My name is Mike Davis, and I am both a parent and staff member at Orange County Classical Academy. I wanted to take an opportunity to defend a trustee of this board, Dr. Williams, who once said, when asked the question, "What is classical education?" I happened to be in the audience, and what Dr. Williams said was both apt and, by the response of some in attendance, apparently controversial. He said that in classical education, students are taught how to think, not what to think. It may come as a surprise to some that that isn't necessarily happening in a lot of schools. For those who disagree, I can recommend an article in The Atlantic by Caitlin Flanagan titled, "Colleges Are Lying to Their Students, They Aren't Teaching Them How to Think." And if you're interested in understanding how an education classics does teach how to think, I can recommend another article from The Atlantic, Why I Teach Plato to Plumbers. In both, you will read a very troubling critique that what passes for liberal arts education today often isn't liberal, but ideological and sometimes even mercenary. And why there is an immense appetite for restoration of education that is truly liberally minded and morally formative, not just at the higher education level, but in K-12 education. And Orange County Classical Academy is one instance of that project. Today you'll learn a little bit about the successes of that approach, and I recommend to anyone listening, if you want to learn more, to please reach out to us. We think you'll be happy about what you learn. Thank you.
All right, Mr. President, that is it for public comments.
Great, thank you. So we will proceed to the consent calendar, items 5 and 6. All votes this evening have to be done in a roll call with Dr. Sparks participating remotely. So
I'll make a motion to approve the consent calendar as is.
okay.
Second.
Moved by Trustee Barkey, seconded by Dr. Williams. Drew, please call roll.
Trustee Valdez?
Yes.
Trustee Sparks?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Aye.
Trustee Barkey?
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 7, charter submissions.
We have no charter submissions today.
Okay. So proceeding to item number 8, charter school public hearing, Orange County Classical Academy material revision. The one and only Araceli Chastain, Director, Charter Schools Unit, will facilitate the public hearing.
Good evening, President Shaw and trustees. Today, the board will hold a public hearing to consider input regarding the request for a material revision by Orange County Classical Academy to their charter petition. It was submitted on May 13th. The charter school proposes to add 2 school facilities. The first is at 2130 North Grand Avenue in Santa Ana for the 24-25 school year. And the second is at 2190 North Canal Street in Orange, which is set to open in fall of 2025 via a lease agreement with Orange Unified School District. Before public comments, Orange County Classical Academy representatives are allotted 10 minutes to address the board. I now invite representatives from Orange County Classical Academy to the podium.
May I make a quick statement? I just want to remind the audience and everyone that I am recused from this discussion, so I will not be paying attention or partaking in the conversation.
Thank you. So noted.
Good evening, President Shaw, trustees. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here again to talk a little bit about our mission and our petition. We are from Orange County Classical Academy, the only Hillsdale member classical charter school in California. We currently serve TK through 8th grade, and next year we are very optimistic and eager to open our 9th grade and also expand a little bit at the lower school level due to moving some of the grades out to temporary location. We are a classical education model as a charter school in California, which is very unique. Our mission, as we presented at the former petition, is to develop students in mind and character through a classical, content-rich liberal arts and sciences curriculum. We believe in teaching moral virtues and intellectual virtues, and we emphasize that learning moral virtues is far more important to get a student to pursue what's good and beautiful and true. We have our pillars that we uphold at the lower school, which are the 6 pillars listed, and then starting in 6th grade, as they enter our logic and rhetoric level, they learn deeper into the capstone virtues. As you may have heard, we have been very successful the past 4 years of operation, and it's not because of we have special students coming in. We are strictly lottery based as a charter school. We believe in serving all students, but we have a very robust and time-tested curriculum that make it fun for students to learn. And now please join me in welcoming, sorry, I forgot my introduction. My name is Sammy Park, I'm the headmaster. Please join me in welcoming our upper school interim assistant headmaster, Skylar Chaput.
Good evening, President Shaw and trustees. Thank you guys for hearing us tonight. Is there any way that we can show our presentation anywhere? I noticed we do have a few slides that I'd like to show you regarding our accomplishments. I'm not sure if we can get those up anywhere.
That's been done traditionally. I don't know. Did you not send it to him beforehand?
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Beautiful.
no.
All right. I'd like to share with you guys just a few things that we're accomplishing. So within 2023, we were the only school to receive the California Distinguished Award within our district. 2024, we were recognized by the Public School Review among the top 3 charter elementary schools within Orange County. Our wait list has been around 1,000 students on average each year since shortly after opening. Our approach within classical education is not just for some students. It's a common misconception that classical education is for the elite, but it's really for all students. And I'd like to show you just a few graphics as to why. So these are our state test scores from last year. Our current year scores have not been posted yet, but within ELA, math, and the sciences, as you can see, Orange County Classical Academy, when compared to the district and state level, is exceedingly strong. We've outperformed on both levels there. Furthermore, if you look at our subgroups with English learners as well as special education students, we're doing even better. And so these are just a few reasons why our classical model and the way in which we teach at our school works. Some of the reasons for our success have been covered in the Orange County Register, May 14th in 2023, titled A Success Story at an Orange County Charter. Furthermore, Real Clear Education in March of 2024, there was an article published on our approach to mathematics. We use Singapore math at OCCA. Here's how we do it. Ultimately, we provide a very robust, rigorous curriculum that has been time-tested. Furthermore, it's combined just with the culture of very high expectations on our students. We hold them to very high standards, and they rise to the occasion. Our goal is to ultimately achieve a mission with our school that is not solely academic, but furthermore focuses on creating free students, civic servants that are virtue-centered. I'm going to invite Mike Davis back up.
Hi, so the reason why we're here, I get to cover these slides. We are presently a TK through 8th grade, that was this year, and we're maxed at our existing facility. And so we were able, through negotiations with Orange Unified School District to agree on a license agreement to develop on roughly 4.5 acres a campus for our upper school. So just so you know, that's for us 6th through 12th grade. Our plan is to build a campus roughly of 30 portables that will be housed along with an existing gym. You can kind of see it on the northern portion of that blue pattern. And then a necessary requirement, of course, then is for material revision so that this could be documented and approved by the board. So that is why we're here. This gives you an idea of what the existing layout's going to be. This is the latest plan. Now, it's going to take a little over a year for this school to develop. So in the meantime, we're going to locate our 7th through 9th graders at campus at Vietnamese Evangelical Church, and that's in Santa Ana. So the revisions of charter include, alongside finding these 2 locations, updating the rest of the content so it reflects the most up-to-date information about our school. So that's why you see other elements covered. That pretty much covers what it is happening over the next year and a half or so, and the primary reason why we're submitting this material revision. So I'm going to introduce our headmaster, Sebi Park.
So as you consider the approval of our charter petition, please consider this option to benefit not only the students attending school, but benefiting all students in Orange County. We have been very open from the first year, inviting the local schools in the area from the district, from the county. We welcome anyone to come and observe and share the true factors of what has led to a lot of success at our school. We are very eager to share the things that we have implemented, proven to positive results in all students. And this is not just a success in California, but across all of the Hillsdale affiliated member schools across the country. Lastly, just a reminder that this material revision would definitely allow us to proceed with the expansion that we have, not only benefiting the ninth graders who would have a home to continue at our school, but also to be able to enroll close to 200 students at the lower school level. Thank you for your.
The hearing is open for public comments. Trustee Valdez, please call for the first speaker.
Okay, we have 3 public comments on this topic. First will be Katie Mayberry and Kim Trask. You are on deck.
Hi, I'm Katie Mayberry. I'm going to speak in favor of the approval of the material revision of the charter. My son, we've been applying for 3 years through the lottery process, and my younger son just got in through the lottery, which feels very miraculous, but it is contingent on the expansion. So I just want to thank the members of the board and show my support for that approval.
Okay, Kim Trask, you are up with Scott Rosanowitz?
I think.
Okay, Rosenkrantz, you are on deck.
Hi, board. Good evening. My name is Kim Trask. My family of 5 lives in the city of Orange, and during the first semester of OCCA's opening, we relocated our 2 older children to OCCA. It was a brand new school, so it was kind of a leap of faith. But we have found every day since that is exactly what our family has needed all along the way. Now we have our youngest enrolled PK for the fall. So we're looking at having all 3 kids at OCCA, with one of them actually able to hopefully matriculate through the whole process. It has been a wonderful school. So all of the statistics that you saw from our administration, I can validate as a parent. I have never once the payroll of the school or served on the board. I have always been only a parent, and it's a wonderful school. Please help it expand. Please support this revision. Thanks.
Scott Rosenkrantz, you are up.
Thank you. Good evening, President Shaw and trustees. I'm grateful for your leadership and commitment to excellence in education. Thanks for your public service. I want to speak in support of the OCCA charter material revision. I myself am an OC public educator, have been for 25 years, and am a national board certified teacher. My own 3 children have attended some great public schools in Orange County, including a National Blue Ribbon School. And of all of these schools, Orange County Classical Academy has provided the best curriculum, the best instruction, the best assessment, the best student support, and the best positive culture of any school. And again, my kids have been in quite a few great schools, but any school that I've been around or worked in. So this small revision to the charter is a major investment in an excellent Orange County school and in the students that desire to access this classical model of education that's shaping them into remarkable young people. I appreciate your support. Thank you.
Public hearing is concluded. The Orange County Department of Education staff report the board will take action at the July 3rd board meeting. President Shaw, I now close the meeting and I now close the public hearing and turn the meeting back over to you.
Terrific. Thank you. So we'll have opportunity for board questions. But before I forget, Dr. Sparks, I'll start with you. Dr. Sparks.
Okay, I don't really have any questions, just a comment. Just congratulations for all the amazing work you all have been doing, and seeing the test scores just brings joy to my heart. I've been following you from the very beginning, and continue the great work. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Valdez?
I don't have questions, but I want to highlight some of those statistics because we kind of glossed over them, and I think it's important for the constituents in Orange County to know why this board is generally considered a pro-charter school. Would one of the three that were just presented, would you come back up to the podium?
Give me one moment here. If we could get it maybe put back up on the slides. Almost there. There we go.
So you went through this in a very cursory fashion, but I want to go in a more detailed fashion.
Sure, I appreciate that.
So on this slide that you have submitted, the Orange County Classical Academy, the students K through 8, right?
Currently, yes.
Achieved 71.7% proficiency in English language standards. The Orange USD percentage is 56.9, and the state percentage is 46.7, right? Okay. And then the percentage of students meeting or exceeding the math standards, OCCA 61.3, Orange Unified is 43.6, and the California State is 34.6.
That's correct.
So you are almost double of the state standard, or the state percentage. All right, and then the percentage of students meeting or exceeding in science, 49% for OCCA, 39.4 for Orange Unified, and the California State is 30.2. I just wanted to go through that in some detail because I want people to know why we approve these things, why we look at these things favorably, and that's all. Thank you.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Dr. Williams.
This school has been doing incredible things with incredible leadership, and as part of the district that I represented, I just want to thank the board for their hard work. You guys have just done incredible with where you started out with a few years ago and where you are now. So congratulations to the board and to your leadership, your teachers, and to the fine parents who are here to support you. I think that's important.
Well, I sometimes still feel like I'm sort of the new guy here. George is a little newer than me, but I joined the board in 2020, and right as this school was being, coming together, and I was at the meeting in Orange Unified, and it was quite contentious there and stuff. And just seeing just how far you've come in such a short period of time, it's really incredible. I can't get past the 1,000-student wait list. Wow, I mean that's. That's a lot of kids, and it kind of reminded me of when I watched the movie Waiting for Superman, and if you remember the scene, the lottery's happening, and you just feel like your kid's future is hanging on this, ping pong ball that's dropping out, or however they're doing the lottery, and it's just really unbelievable. So, just congratulations. It's very impressive how well you're doing, and obviously, it's with the charter school. There's no map on the wall, kind of compelling kids to come here. It's just like a business. They're either going to come because you're good or not come because you're not good. So I think that those numbers speak, tell us all we need to know, having that many waitlisted. So congratulations. So we will, that's it for that, right? So we'll proceed to item number 9.
Did Lisa say anything?
Yeah, I called on her.
Okay.
Oh, we didn't call on Mary because
we're not going to do Mary.
Okay. So item number 9, approve the Orange County Department of Education Local Control and Accountability Plan.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Very good.
Second.
Moved by Dr. Williams, seconded by Trustee Valdez. Any comments, questions? See none. Drew, please call roll.
Trustee Valdez,
Yes.
Trustee Sparks,
Yes.
Trustee Shaw,
Yes.
Trustee Williams,
Aye.
Trustee Barkey.
Yes.
Passes unanimously. On to item number 10, approve the College and Career Preparatory Academy Local Control and Accountability Plan.
I so move.
Second?
Moved by Dr. Williams, seconded by Trustee Barkey. Drew, please call roll.
Trustee Valdez,
Yes.
Trustee Sparks,
Yes.
Trustee Shaw,
Yes.
Trustee Williams,
Aye.
Trustee Barkey.
Yes.
Okay, item 11, approve the revised annual County School Services Fund budget of the County Superintendent of Schools.
So move.
Second?
Any questions or comments?
Yes.
Go
I
ahead, Dr.
Thank
Williams.
Renee and the staff for the completion and putting this all together. Great presentation. It was a lot of work, and we sincerely appreciate it.
Thank you, and thank Mr. Giordano and his team.
Yes, yes.
Wonderful. Drew?
Trustee Valdez,
Yes.
Trustee Sparks,
Yes.
Trustee Shaw,
Yes.
Trustee Williams,
Aye.
Trustee Barkey.
Yes.
Item 12, receive the California School Dashboard Local Indicators, Orange County Department of Education Schools and Programs, Access County Community, Access Juvenile Hall, OCCS, and CHIP, and Connections.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none? Go ahead, Drew.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Trustee Barkey.
I know I was the first. I think
I'm
I was
sorry,
the second.
Dr. Williams.
It's just a
Oh, non-action item, very good. And then number 13 is the same way then. Receive the California School Dashboard Local Indicators College and Career Preparatory Academy. Any questions or comments there on 13?
Received.
Okay, so received. Number 14, the same thing. Receive the Orange County Department of Education Annual Summary Report. Questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, it is received. Item number 15, approve submission of the College and Career Preparatory Academy into the DASS program.
So that requires a motion.
That
I'll
one,
make
I believe,
motion.
does, yeah. So I will move approval.
I'll second.
Questions or comments? Go ahead. What?
Well, I did make the motion first.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
That's
Forgive me. Moved by Dr. Williams, seconded by Trustee Barkey. Go ahead, Drew.
Trustee Valdez,
Yes.
Trustee Sparks,
Yes.
Trustee Shaw,
Yes.
Trustee Williams,
Aye.
Trustee Barkey.
Yes.
All right, we're on a roll. Number 16, approve resolution number 12-24 in accordance of regulations required under Proposition 30 and 55 regarding the Education Protection Account proposed expenditures.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, moved by Dr. Williams,
I'll second.
seconded by Trustee Barkey. Any questions or comments? See none? Okay, go ahead, Drew.
Trustee Valdez,
Yes.
Trustee Sparks,
Yes.
Trustee Shaw,
Yes.
Trustee Williams,
Aye.
Trustee Barkey.
Yes.
All right. This brings us to item number 17. So before we begin, couple ground rules or things I wanted to say first off. We asked, well, I'll say this. Dr. Maharis asked that we not make a lot of big pomp and circumstance and, you know, what? Oh, I know. We'll get there. I didn't forget. So I just wanted to mention, I thought it was appropriate as we get started on this that I say something about Dr. Maharis. And now he asked that we not make a big deal of it, but we're gonna respect that mostly. I did want to mention one thing. Congresswoman Michelle Steele entered into the congressional record something here on June 12th, 2024. So I wanted to just read this. Congresswoman Steele said, Mr. Speaker, I rise today to ask my colleagues to join me in recognizing Dr. Al Maharis' service to Orange County as the Orange County Superintendent of Schools. Dr. Maharis has served as the Orange County Superintendent of Schools since August 2012, where he led Orange County educators in equipping with all the necessary tools to lead the nation in college and career readiness and success. Under his leadership, the Orange County Department of Education was able to help students from Orange County outperform the state and regional averages. Dr. Maharis should be commended for all his hard work throughout his career and dedication to educating the generation of Americans. Mr. Speaker, please join me in recognizing Dr. Al Maharis for his service. So Congresswoman Steele has sent this. It hasn't arrived yet. It's a very nice framed, thing from the national records we present to Dr. Later. So I want to briefly acknowledge him and his many years of service. We did it last time as well, but with his announced retirement as we move forward to appoint the new superintendent, I just wanted to, thank Dr. Maharis for that his career in education and well in his retirement. With that, anyone else want to say about Al?
I would just say that I do appreciate his service and that he's a very congenial colleague. I enjoyed working with him.
It's probably no mystery that Al and I have had our differences in opinion, public policy. I have always loved and respected him as a human being, as the elected leader, and as my brother Christ. And if he's listening right now, Al, if I have done anything to offend you, I ask for your forgiveness. I ask for your achieving great grace and love, as we all need it in these times that we live in.
Thank you, Ken.
All I can say about Dr. Maharis, I really didn't get them, for very at all. I went to the board in August of 22. Soon after, he fell ill and he wasn't appearing at our meetings any longer. So I only knew him for a very short time, but he looked and seemed like a very gracious honor. So I will say that.
Thank you. Dr. Sparks?
Yes, I made a lot of comments a couple meetings ago, but I would just add, Al, we just wish you love and light, and thank you for your service all these years.
Okay, so why don't we go ahead and take the public comment?
I didn't count them, but there's a fair amount.
About 28, I believe.
How many?
About 28, I believe.
Okay, 28. All right.
So we'll probably do a minute. I think we just want to express who your candidate is. So if we'll ask you to kind of go back there.
All right, so we are going to do a minute, and first person up is Michelle O'Brien. On deck is Soren Williams.
Hello, President Shaw and distinguished members. My name is Michelle O'Brien. I have lived in Orange County for over 30 years. My daughters and grandson attended public schools here. I'm in support of Dr. Bean for superintendent. He has a wealth of experience as a teacher, principal, and superintendent. During his 24 years of education, he has been an advocate for disadvantaged. I've spoken with many parents of children with special needs. Their stories are heartbreaking to hear their children's educational needs aren't being met. They need an advocate. I truly believe in Dr. Bean, who's the right choice for superintendent. Thank you.
Okay, Soren Williams, you are up, and Stephanie Colley is on deck.
Hello, Board. I'm a longtime parent in Orange County, and I urge you to fill the superintendent vacancy in an election instead of appointing a yes man for this board. In 2022, Stephen Bean ran for superintendent and lost. He lacks the qualifications, and the public agreed. His largest campaign donor in 22 was Mark Bucher, the same partisan money man that funds this entire board. Bean was also on the OCCA board run by Bucher, and Mary works for Bucher's anti-public school think tank. It's a very incestuous group. We all know this board is deeply partisan and is majority financed by outside dark money PACs. They're led by their greed and fears and culture war conspiracies, and it has led to the waste of millions of our tax dollars that should have been going to the students. Now they get a chance to appoint a superintendent that shares their same delusions. The students of Orange County deserve a superintendent that supports and values them, not one that scapegoats them like Mary just did in a speech to Congress. Shame on you, Mary. I urge you not to appoint your fellow partisan, Stephen Bean.
All right, you are done. Next person up is Stephanie Colley, and the next on deck is Heidi Schmidt.
Good evening. In light of what we've learned in the last few years, our children, who are the future of this great nation, deserve an education void of any unethical agenda. Not only is Dr. Bean the right man to lead Orange County schools on this path, he is also a personal hero of mine. It is a rarity to meet someone who possesses such integrity and who has simultaneously proven to be a great leader. He is someone that genuinely has our children's best interests at heart. This is what the consensus of the constituency wants. My daughter attends IIA and shared recently that the children were able to listen in on Dr. Bean's potential last coffee with the principal. And the parents were quite emotional over the thought of him leaving. This is certainly a testament of how much he is loved and respected. In addition, he has given parents a sense of confidence knowing that our children will be educated in academics rather than social ideologies that go against our values.
Okay. Thank you, Heidi. So Heidi Schmidt is up, right?
Yes.
And then on deck is Melissa Crew.
I'm a resident of Villa Park and have lived in Orange County for 25 years. I also was a teacher at Gateway and Firestone Elementary Schools under Dr. Bean. I can speak firsthand as a member of his faculty how Dr. Bean inspires and tends to the students, faculty, and staff under his leadership. He put delivering the best education possible for the students above anyone else's agenda, and he did so while fostering supportive and positive school cultures. His fully anonymous faculty and staff serving his fully anonymous review scores from a very diverse faculty and staff serving an underprivileged community were so glowing year after year that it was embarrassing for him to disclose them to us as he was required to do. He advocated, mentored, challenged, and grew his schools and his staff in the midst of what we all know is a very challenging profession. His life, his character, and his leadership were all inspirational to the students, faculty, and staff he led. Dr. Bean lifts up those around him. He builds up people and programs. It is who he is and is what he will do as OC superintendent.
Okay, Melissa Crew, you are up, and David Sun is on deck.
Hi, I have a parent advocacy group called Moms on the Ground, and we have about 30,000 members, and I'm here tonight on behalf of those parents. We would ask that you appoint Dr. Bean as superintendent of schools. Dr. Bean will work in concert with families, not against them. He'll focus on academics and allow parents to do their job as primary educators. Dr. Bean has a proven track record of leadership. He's a solid human being, and he's empathetic and inclusive. He's truly inclusive of all. He isn't part of the old boys establishment nor part of the new social political club who call themselves inclusive while discriminating against families of faith, pushing ideologies and forcing families like mine to pay tuition and taxes for schools we can't use. We need someone like Dr. Bean who can transform our system where too many kids can't read, write, or do math on grade level, but where they're being used as financial pawns. I'd like for all the parents to check out #TransStudentHustle. That'll outline the reasons why there are 1,000-child long lists for the charter schools.
Okay, David Sun, you are up. Parisa Kaminsky is on deck.
Hello, distinguished board members. My name is David Sung. I currently serve as a board member for Irvine International Academy. During the past almost 2 years, I serve as a board member, and during the term, I work with Dr. Bean. And I can all tell you, we have a very, very positive working experience. We don't always agree on all the issues, but every time I propose changes, everything, Dr. Bean will take actions immediately to implement the changes and measures. And the results just shows. I also have a daughter who attending this school, so I have a strong confidence in Dr. Bean being a wonderful leader in education, and he has proven himself. Thank you.
Okay, Parisa Kaminsky is up, and Christy Balk is on deck.
Good evening. My name is Parisa Kaminsky, a teacher at Irvine International Academy, currently under the executive directorship of Dr. Stephen Bean. As one of the few teachers who remained after the failure of the first year's administration, and now after multiple years under Dr. Bean's leadership and mentorship, I would like to make a statement publicly supporting Dr. Stephen Bean in his pursuit of becoming Orange County's next superintendent. Dr. Bean brings intensive experience in both teaching and administrative roles, understanding and the diverse needs of our students, teachers, and communities. His vision of improving educational outcomes through equitable access to resources, enhanced support for teachers, and the focus of students' academic achievements is precisely what Orange County needs to thrive. Although the IIA community would like to be selfish and keep our fearless leader, I am confident that under Dr. Bean's leadership, Orange County schools will thrive and our students will be better prepared for future challenges and opportunities. I, as well as many others here, encourage the Board of Education to appoint Dr. Stephen Bean.
Thank you, Parisa.
Thank you.
Christy Balk, you are up. Robert Robitali is on deck.
Hi, my name is Christy Beck, and I'm a teacher at Irvine International Academy. I've been under Dr. Bean's leadership for the past 2 years and can confidently say that he embodies the qualities of a visionary leader dedicated to the success and well-being of our students and staff. He's committed to academic excellence. He fosters a supportive and inclusive environment where every student can really thrive. Under his leadership and genuine care, our school has seen significant improvements in student performance, engagement, and overall culture. His collaborative approach created a lot of trust and respect, empowering teachers and staff to contribute their best. I know that Dr. Bean will bring the same level of dedication and integrity as OC Superintendent. He understands the importance of building strong partnership with parents, teachers, and the community to create a unified future. As Superintendent, I believe Dr. Bean will lead the Department of Education to new heights of success. Thank you.
Okay, Robert Robitali, you are up. Monica Lee is on deck.
Thank you, Board, for allowing us to speak. I had a stroke a couple months ago, and it's hard to speak, so I might need a little more than 60 seconds, if that's okay. Thanks for allowing me to be here. My name is Robert Robitaille, a physician. I've been a physician for 30 years and a U.S. Army veteran deployed to a combat zone, married 25 years and father to 2 daughters. I was educated K through 12 in the Placentia Linda School District and graduated from Cal State Fullerton before heading to medical school. As you know, Dr. Bean from early childhood faced significant challenges acquiring paraplegia, then orphaned in a war zone, having to adapt to a foreign culture, living as a refugee, previously as a refugee, and then having to adapt to a foreign culture and family. As a consequence, he has a deep awareness of what it feels like to be an outsider, and naturally has a greater understanding and compassion for disadvantaged young students. I have worked for decades with dozens of brain surgeons, neurologists, and other medical specialists, and can attest that Dr. Bean is a better leader than any of them. Number one, he does not have to be right all the time. Number two, he does not have to win every battle. So please consider this if you cast your vote.
Thank you. Monica Lee, you are up. Amy Rhodes is on deck.
Hi, I'm a resident of Orange County for over 30 years. I know this board is a strong advocate for parents, children, school choice, charter school, parental notification, against indoctrination. So is Dr. Stephen Bean. Since being lifted up from Vietnam as a disabled orphan child to being accepted in the best schools in the country, Dr. Bean has overcome unbelievable adversity to become what he is today, the most qualified candidate for Orange County Superintendent. With limited funds, limited personnel, with only grassroots movement, almost an unknown name at the time, he ran for the same seat in 2022 and came in close second with 45% of total of votes, over 240,000 votes. The voters of Orange County have spoken. We, the voters, your voters, are asking you, please appoint Dr. Stephen Bean for Orange County Superintendent.
Okay, thank you. Amy Rhodes, you are up, and B. Culera is on deck.
Okay, as a resident of Orange County for over 28 years and a mother of 3, I could not think of a better person for superintendent than Dr. Stephen Bean. His history of academic excellence and dedication to the education of our children is, to me, and will be unmatched. Also, his own unique history and hurdles he has overcome, he will more understand children with special needs, whether academic, language, or physical, better than most. Therefore, I wholeheartedly support Dr. Stephen Bean for Superintendent of Orange County Board of Education.
It's Ben
Okay,
Culver. Sorry.
B. Culera.
Culver.
Culver, okay, sorry. And Sai is up, is on deck.
Once in a while, a rare opportunity, and this opportunity is providential, I believe. And the time, and this time to appoint a man, Dr. Bean, for superintendent position is now ad infinitum. Dr. Bean is the perfect person to be superintendent of Orange County Board of Education, and Dr. Bean's incredible past, present, and ongoing excellent academic achievements speak for him as to the quality of his character, the quintessential candidate for superintendent schools. He's a brilliant and superbly quiet, honorable man. No doubt he has been chosen and prepared for such a time as Orange County schools. The students and parents and families will be blessed and better prepared for the future with Stephen Bean, Orange County Superintendent Schools.
Okay, Sai, you are up. Stella Song is on deck.
Distinguished board members, thank you for having me. I want to congratulate the 6 candidates for this superintendent position. Your achievements are nothing short of extraordinary, which makes it even harder for the board members to make their choices. Well, let me help you out. There is one candidate who has been a full pain in 2022 for the superintendent position and has grassroots support strong enough to almost overtake the established incumbent. And as you can see from the 99.9% of the comments for the past 3 meetings, his support has only grown. Running a campaign, as you know, needs commitment and needs courage. So by choosing Dr. Van Bean, you are confident that not only this candidate has passed your rigorous selection process, but more importantly, the candidate has the people behind him, the people who will evaluate his job performance and support him.
Okay, thank you. Stella Song, you are up, and Pat McCain? Okay.
Okay. Good evening, board. I'm Stella Song, retired bank manager and former teacher from Singapore. For the sake of our children, the board must choose the best candidate based on record of leadership, someone who can reach all students at different levels, especially the most vulnerable, and someone who is approachable, empathetic, and willing to listen. Please don't choose from old boys club, which exclude people, or someone who works within because you get status quo. With massive indoctrination going on with the school system today, it will take someone like Dr. Bean, who has the guts and the courage to disrupt and shake up failing our kids. It took only 13 leaders from China to indoctrinate. China is now totally communism. See the writing on the wall.
Pat McCone?
Yes, hi, I'm Pat McCone. I live in
Oh,
Laguna Woods.
hold on. And Jennifer Kay is on deck.
Yes, thank you, President Shaw and trustees. I'm thrilled to be here tonight. Everyone spoke all the things and more of what I was going to say. So I just want to say I highly support your choosing and appointing Dr. Bean for superintendent, and may God bless it.
Jennifer Kay, you are up. Janice Chappell is on deck.
All right. Good evening. My name is Jen. I lived in Yorba Linda for 30 years. I attended Rose Drive, Maple Payne, graduated from Cal State Fullerton, and I have a really deep love of this community. Now, I've known Stefan, Dr. Bean, for over 20 years, and he's a smart guy. He makes excellent decisions. And how do I know this? Because he married Janet. And that was definitely his wisest decision. She was a close friend of mine. She was the daughter of immigrant farm workers. Later, she became an occupational therapist. She really fought for the forgotten, the underserved, the marginalized. Her care and concern really impacted my life as I serve special needs students in the public school, and I really try to channel my inner Janet as I serve these students. And even though she's not with us here anymore, her compassion lives on through Stefan and the kids, and I know she would be incredibly proud of you, Stefan, for your tireless work serving students, enriching the hearts and lives of this future generation. As someone just said, Stefan was put here for such a time as this, and that time has come. Thank you.
Janice Chappell, you are up. Tiffany Kraft is on deck.
Good evening, Honorable Board. Thank you for letting me speak. Everything has been said that I wanted to say, except if you know Dr. Bean, you would love him. He's an amazing, wonderful man. He has a heart of gold, and I would do anything to get him elected. And if he doesn't win now, like people on the board know, I will go out there door to door, and I will get him elected in the next election. I love you, Dr. Bean, and I'm here for you.
Tiffany Kraft, you are up. Jeff Weinstein is on deck.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to share my public comments tonight. I'm truly moved by the comments that have been shared thus far, and I share that sentiment. I'm here to commend and applaud the Orange County Board of Education for modeling what representative government is supposed to look like. I applaud you all for consistently acting in accord with the constituents you represent. Your transparency throughout the superintendent appointment process has been laudable. Tonight, I respectfully request that you appoint Dr. Stefan Bean to superintendent. Dr. Bean will partner with you and with the parents of Orange County. He will protect our children. He will restore the focus on critical thinking and academic rigor, abating any distractions which divert that focus. I know he will do all this for the county because this is exactly what he has done in every role he's filled. And you've heard that not only from me, but everyone else who's spoken in favor of him this evening. I guarantee that with Dr. Bean as superintendent of Orange County, you will not be disappointed. Students and families alike will welcome him with open arms because he's someone genuinely committed to meeting the needs of every student served. Thank you.
Jeff Weinstein, you are up. Calvin is on deck.
Wow, this is nostalgic. The last time I was here was 18 years ago to take a CSET review course. I traveled here from Thousand Oaks because that is how much I believe in this candidate, Dr. Bean. Hi, my name is Jeff Weinstein, and I've been with Aspire Public Schools for 14 years and been an educator for 18. I worked under Dr. Bean. He believed in me when other leaders did not. He saw something special in me and mentored me to become the teacher I am today. I am just one of many who have this story. He leads and inspires all around him, not just on a school level, but on an organizational level. Dr. Bean is a man of principle who stood up for what was right, for what he thought was right, though it was not popular. This county would be lucky to have a man with his wisdom, knowledge, and integrity. Thank you.
Okay, Calvin is up, and Darren Parker is on deck.
Hi, my name is Calvin Ueda, and I'm a 42-year Orange County resident. I'm a retired aerospace engineer, and I emphatically agree that Dr. Stefan Bean is the most qualified, as well as has the courage to stand up for the well-being of our future leaders, the children. And we need a strong Board of Education and to deflect the evil that's kind of coming from the curriculum that's coming from Sacramento or is imposed on the classroom. And they've been doing that since the 90s, if you do your research on all the legislation that's been passed since then. And I know Dr. Bean is the only one that will enforce and make the Board of Education here even stronger. And so please definitely appoint Dr. Bean to be on the board. Thank you.
Okay, Darren Parker, you are up. Jeshin Tang is on deck.
My name is Darren Parker. I have 2 school-age children in the city of Irvine, and I'm here to voice my support for Dr. Stephen Bean. What can you say? I mean, you couldn't get into all the things that make him so special in 1 minute. He is, among all the candidates, your unicorn. Appoint him today. Thank you.
Jeshin Tang, you are up. Lori Kaylor is on deck.
Thanks to board members and trustees for giving me the opportunity to speak here. I'm here to express my support for Dr. Bean. By the way, I'm Dr. Tan. I'm an anesthesiologist. As a parents and grandparents, we want school to teach children the real skills, learn to be problem solvers, including to overcome obstacles in the real world, to deal with the real issues. Do not divide our children based on their skin colors or their gender. We need educators like Dr. Bean to be our gatekeeper, to give our children the best education, to equip our children the skills and knowledge they need to deal with in the real world challenges they will face when they graduate from schools. I'm urging you to appoint Dr. Dean to be superintendent of our Orange County Board of Education. Thank you.
Okay, Lori Kaylor, you are up. Liz McCallson is on deck.
You know me. You know my carpool buddy, Linda Cohn. We've faithfully come to these meetings for the last 9 years. We've supported all of you because you put kids and their parents first. We have seen how those outside of Orange County have tried and succeeded in enforcing decisions for our schools, which have been catastrophic for our children's learning, mental, and physical health. In 2022, Dr. Stephen Bean was very close to beating a long-term incumbent. The incumbent had wonderful qualifications, as do all of the candidates for this position. Unfortunately, Sheriff Don Barnes endorsed the status quo then, and he may have done so again. I respect Don Barnes' office, but I disagree with keeping the status quo. We need a culture change. Dr. Bean is the only candidate that received over 240,000 votes from citizens of Orange County. He's greatly loved by those he works with and for. He's more than qualified to work with the trustees on the Orange County Board of Education, as well as the staff at the Orange County Department of Education. We believe Dr. Bean is the best choice. Thank you.
Okay, Liz McCallson, you are up. Rosie Avila is on deck.
Good afternoon. My name is Liz Michelson. I would like to thank the Orange County School Board for the opportunity to voice my opinion. I have adult children who attended Orange County schools. As a parent and a future grandparent, I am very concerned about the future of our children in California. As Hispanic, we believe raising our families is one of the most important things we do in our lives. And that is where I and a group of friends who couldn't be here stand firm, and we don't want this right to be taken away from us. And that's why I'm endorsing Dr. Stephen Bean for Superintendent of Orange County Schools. Thank you, and God bless you.
Rosie Avila is up. Chris Hatfield is on deck.
Good evening. I'm Rosie Avila, and I served for 17 years on the Santa Ana School Board, and I'm very well acquainted with the roles of the school districts and the roles of the County Department of Education. And the Department of Education has many programs for special needs that they oversee. So Dr. Bean's life experiences have perfectly prepared him for this job. He will be such an asset as overseeing these programs, and he will lead with understanding and sensitivity and be a great role model for overcoming in life, life's obstacles. I also think that he will lead with integrity and sensitivity, and he has great people skills, and that is such an asset for the superintendent of of this county. Thank you.
Okay, Chris Hatfield is up with Betty Chu on deck.
Thank you. As a retired teacher from the OCDE CHEP program, I would like to give my enthusiastic support to Dr. Bean. Dr. Bean has the background and skills to lead OCDE and administer the Access programs. Because he ran for office in 2022, capturing close to half the vote, he is known to the voting public. I particularly appreciate his advocacy for parental rights and student choice in education. The department needs leadership that can listen to and support its in-house access programs. Thank you.
Mr. President,
Betty Chu, you are up. Lisa Davis is on deck.
members, trustee members of this auspicious and wonderful school board, when we saw the statistics there with 1,000 students waiting in line for the Orange County Classical Academy, could not have been possible without many of you that are on this board. And I've been here a couple of times before, and I have written to the board in support of Dr. Bean regarding his personal, professional background, as well as his ability to be able to get along diverse opinions and be able to overcome adversities. But you know what? When I saw those statistics and we have Dr. Bean on board, can you think the purpose of our statistics?
Lisa Davis, you are up. And Judy Bolokis is on deck.
Enthusiasm in the room. I'm here in support of Kirsten Brolte as the most qualified candidate for the Orange County Superintendent of Schools. We need strong leadership and specific leadership skills. She was superintendent for years in the 9th largest school district in California. She led superintendents in supporting the Raise the Base initiative across the state of California, which we know we all desperately need. Ms. Brolte led the leading schools in California. At one point, our district housed 25% of all students in California attended school and she led that during COVID. Remembering LA Unified has over 650,000 students, so 43,000 students were in-person instruction. Improved student performance, part of the students, families, teachers, and faculty, and our CCA program, the ROP program, which led to tripling the number of students enrolled and worked to get our courses all equivalent college-bound. Student-focused education, strongest worked with charter schools, worked to get charters open, and really worked to get
thank
charter
you.
schools to meet California standards.
Ms. Bolokis, you are up.
Good afternoon. My name is Judy Bullock, and I am a board member as well in the Capistrano Unified School District. In 2022, I did vote for Stephen Bean. That was the choice between Stephen. Today, knowing that Kirsten Vital Brolte is in consideration, my heartfelt professional opinion is she is the candidate to lead and help you continue in terms of what you're doing and wanting to do in education. We know what we've been through, and we know where we want to head. It was clear with my 5.5 years working with Kirsten at Capo that she possesses the strategic acumen in developing an action that's best student. She will be a partner with you as you move forward to improve educational offerings and outcomes for Orange County students. Kirsten's ability as an effective leader in world charter schools will be beneficial to your success. Thank you for this to be able to speak.
Okay, that's it for public comments.
Well, thank you. So
Well, little logistics here. What I think we are going to go ahead and do is have item number 17, the vote on the superintendent, followed by number 18, the resolution on the superintendent's salary. We'll take a break. At that point, I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to come congratulate the new superintendent and so forth. We will try to make it a 15-minute break, 20-minute break, half-hour break, but at some point we'll get back together and we'll do a swearing in. So Dr. Maharis made his retirement effective June 30th. So what we can just kind of do is do a little swearing in as we come back from our break. We will do a ceremonial swearing in on July 3rd as our normal board meeting, when George, myself, and Ken will be sworn into our new terms, and we can kind of do another swearing in at that point of the superintendent. So hopefully that's clear. Does that work for everybody? Okay, so, and one other thing I need to mention before our attorney yells at us, the appointment for superintendent is contingent upon them passing a background check. They're gonna get their fingerprinted and all that stuff. So you never know what happens if we could vote for someone and we learn some unfortunate information about them and they get unappointed. So it is contingent on that. So,
Mr. President.
With that,
may I make a motion?
No. I wanted to say something real quick. We'll get to that. I did before we vote. If it's okay, I wanted to thank all the applicants for applying. It's kind of unusual, isn't it, that we, in the normal world, when you apply for a job, it's not quite so public. And so, the 6 applicants we have, all terrific and really put themselves out there. And this is obviously not a very easy process to go through. And I really appreciate everyone did a terrific job, and it's really made it difficult for me. And I wanted to have a period of time for the public to comment. We've had a lot of public comment. And it turns out not only do these 6 people have great resumes, they all have a lot of friends. I was walking through Costco on Saturday, and hello, oh, Tim, I want to tell you who I think you should vote for superintendent. That's kind of been my life the last few weeks, as I'm sure it's been a lot of people. Like I've been saying, I'm militantly neutral, but doesn't mean you guys have to be. You can tell me what you think, and I'll just say thank you for your comments. So I thank you to all the applicants. And I wanted to tell one quick story, if I could. Years ago, right when I got out of graduate school, I applied to be a planning commissioner in my city of La Habra. And I think got 2 council members to vote for me, but 3 of them went for somebody else. And so I walked out of that meeting with my head slumped down and feeling very disappointed. And I just remember it was 6 years later, I became the mayor of the city. And one of the first things I thought of was, I remember the disappointment from 6 years earlier, and then in the future became the mayor. So, sometimes it's the way things are timed out and how timing works. And I know 5 people will leave here disappointed, but I really, in my heart, feel like all 6 are great, and you hopefully don't feel too disappointed. It's just the competition is very fierce. So anyway, with that, I'm sorry, Dr. Williams, go ahead. Did anyone else want to make a comment before we get going?
I just also wanted to comment that I thought all the candidates were very well prepared. They were outstanding. And my phone has never rang so many times from people I have either never heard from or haven't heard from in a long, long time. So
I had 10 to 15 phone calls from supporters for various candidates. I was also in a Costco when I got one. And I appreciate the calls. I just want everyone to know I spent quite a bit of time reviewing those resumes and really thinking this through for my vote today.
Dr. Sparks?
I would just echo the comments that everyone has made. The pool of candidates was really outstanding and has made the decision really difficult. So I think everyone should be proud. I think our county should be proud that we have such outstanding applicants, in leadership in our county.
Great.
Very good.
Ken, did you want to go ahead?
Yes. We honor Dr. Maharis today as he makes this day possible. We live in a time of discord and division, many different opinions on how we should govern ourselves and how we should continue and advance the education goals and the primary mission of education. We have a great record of transition here in Orange County from the superintendent. From a historical perspective, we had Dr. Peterson for over 30 years who served as the Orange County Superintendent of Education. He was later replaced by Dr. John Dean, who is a Whittier Law School professor, a college professor at Whittier College. And then we had after him the good assistant superintendent, Dr. William Habermill, who served for 10 years. And after his service, Bill did a great job. We had Al, who served for the last 12, 13 years. And now we have a new superintendent who will take over and who will bridge the discord, bridge the division, and will lead us with great experience and grace and charity. It's been 28 years I've served on this board, and at all times this board has always sought the best interests of the children and the families that we serve. We have 6 great candidates before us here, and they've all applied for this position. We appreciate the sacrifice and the time, and certainly as you're sitting there, you're anxious in saying, get this thing over with, Williams, and I understand that. We've had great comments in the last 3 public meetings from the people who have come here, and the public comments have been significant and helpful in us to make this decision tonight. This board has been lobbied, as we have shared, by many different individuals. We've all had our joints and elbows strained figuratively way beyond the normal range of motion. Mr. President and my dear colleagues, it is my honor as the senior member of this board to nominate Dr. Stephen Bean. As the appointed Orange County Superintendent of Schools for the remainder of the 2026 term. Mr. Bean. That needs to be seconded.
Okay.
I will second that motion.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I heard a second from Trustee Valdez. I'm sorry, Dr. Sparks, I didn't quite catch you.
Oh, yeah, I was seconding the motion, but either way, that's fine.
Are there any other nominations? Okay. Seeing none, Daru, go ahead.
Trustee Valdez?
Yes.
Trustee Sparks?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Aye.
Trustee Barkey?
Yes.
Congratulations, Dr. Bean.
If we could just, if we.
Okay. So everybody, we're going to do number 18 and then we're going to take our break, okay? So number 18, adopt the resolution maintaining the appointed superintendent of school salary at the base salary fixed by the April 6, 2024 resolution, plus any applicable longevity stipend set forth in the superintendent's salary schedule, the same benefit package as management employees, and a $12,000 annual car allowance for the remainder of the 2022 to 26 term. The board may consider future salary increases afforded to senior management employees, including the cost of living allowance as approved by the board. Are there any questions or comments on this item?
I'll make the motion.
Seeing none, moved by Dr. Williams.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Valdez. All in favor? Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Go ahead, Drew.
Trustee Valdez?
Yes.
Trustee Sparks?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Aye.
Trustee Barkey?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and take our break and come back in 15 minutes. everybody. We're going to try to get everybody back together and do the swearing in.
State of California. And the Constitution of the State of California. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance. That I will bear true faith and allegiance. To the Constitution of the United States. To the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of California. And the Constitution of California. That I take this obligation freely. That I take this obligation freely. Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And I will well and faithfully discharge these duties. And I will well and faithfully discharge the duties. Upon which I'm about to enter. Upon which I am about to enter.
And we thank God for his will being done in Jesus' mighty name. Born in the United States of America.
Not going to go to battle?
Good job, too.
That worked well. What do you think?
He's taking the oath. He's
God is moving. Strip out. Victory last. I have to say, hey, because God is so good. Can't talk to the English all the time. You guys done a wonderful
No,
job.
we're not back yet. We're trying to come back.
That was off the camera.
Huh?
Off the record.
Role models.
Well, you're a part of us. Without you, we cannot go on without the support.
Can we get everyone back together?
Yeah. Everything's online. Or ask Daru. Daru can help you.
Could we wrap up the meeting and we'll...
You can have July.
We have a few more items to go, folks, and then we'll just be adjourned, okay?
I'm meaning to send it out. I'm going to send out.
We should just go through this.
It'll only take a minute.
Do you have anything?
I want... Okay. Can we just come back together real quick, folks?
5 minutes. 10
Yeah,
minutes.
we won't have much longer, and we'll conclude the meeting, okay? So, all right, let's take a seat. It's like my kids at home.
They don't listen.
They don't listen. Okay. Okay. So we'll pick up here with our information items. Let's see, communication, information discussion, charter school grant outreach. Who's that? Is that Greg? Wasn't that going to be Greg? Is there a Greg Rowland in the house? Let's skip that for now then. We'll go to announcements.
Do you have a report out also from closed session?
We do, yes.
And that would be Mr. Rowland also, I'm assuming.
We need Mr. Brenner and or Mr. Rowland. So can we just proceed to superintendent announcements?
Mr. Brenner is coming,
Oh,
I think. I thought he was. Oh, there he is.
okay. Mr. Brenner, the report out of closed session.
Yes, indeed, Mr. President, good to be with you and the rest of the trustees. Good evening, everyone. This is the report out for closed session items 1 through 3. For all the items, all trustees were present, and they had a discussion with council on all 3 items. No action was taken except with respect to item number 2. There was approval by the board in a 5-0 unanimous vote of the invoice of Nielsen Merskamer. It's invoice number 274452. Approval for payment. Again, the vote there was 5-0. And that's the report out for the closed sessions. Thank you.
Thank you. I still don't see Mr. Rowland, so can we go to superintendent announcements?
Yes, so as a reminder, our next board meeting is a few weeks away, Wednesday, July 3rd. Submission deadline is the 20th of June, and board packet will be delivered on June 28th. As a reminder, our office is closed tomorrow in observance of Juneteenth Day. The office is also closed on July 4th. We have some, we're now in our summer hours, and so officially our office closes at 4 o'clock during the summer, as with most of our school districts. So although if you need something, many of us are here much later. And then in your red line folders, you have a couple of the items. And then I also wanted to share with you some upcoming changes. And so Dr. Montes and Dr. Maharis have been working on some organizational things for the past 4 months. And so I will email you the letter about this when it's completed. But basically, we had the Access 30, 60, 90-day plan that you had seen a few months ago. It talked about grouping people into its community schools program, youth and care, and specialized. And due to the declining enrollment between Access and special schools, so on a daily basis, we have less than 3,500 students on a daily basis for both those programs. And so in order to streamline things and efficiency, Anna Lee Cradle, who is currently the chief of special schools and was hired in 1997, will be serving as the associate superintendent over both programs. And so both programs will be distinct programs still, but she'll be administering both of those. And so she'll be taking on that additional duty, which is a promotion for her. The 3 programs within Access already have directors reporting. They're reporting up to directors. And an executive director, Tom Turner, who was in educational services, has been moved to specialized programs, which is working with Sunburst, CHEP, and PCHS. And there are 2 other directors also in that, the Access unit. And so because of those student population changes, that they'll be making that change. And then also the other change is when Dr. Olmsted left, she was the chief academic officer. And we did not fill that position. Dr. Sonia Lamas was brought in as an associate superintendent, and due to the increase in roles and responsibilities, she was promoted to chief officer. And so there are changes that Dr. Maharis has approved.
Congratulations.
And Annalee.
All right,
and
yes.
Dr. Maharis, I believe. Yeah. Also.
So we are at the end of the year. New board members, we're at the end of the year. Once again, I want to thank our educational services staff for their efforts to support our districts and schools countywide. I also want to thank our educational programs staff for their dedication to serving our students and families within and our Access schools. And I want to thank our cabinet and our board for finishing out the 23-24 academic year. Congratulations to you guys. Dr. Bean's, but I also want to welcome Dr. Bean, and we'd like to have him come on board and leading the nation's best county office for sure. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Viramontes.
Would you like to turn it back to Mr. Rowland now?
I was about it. Okay. All right, Mr. Rowland, charter school grant outreach.
Oh, yes. Just wanted to inform the board and the public, the board executive committee went to Washington, D.C., met with our lobbyist, and we came up with a plan by which we notified charter schools of applicable grants that they could be seeking on their own. So we set up a website, we set up a web link, I should say, that directs to our office to ask questions about the grant opportunities. These are also available to public schools, but we just started with the charter schools. Is there any questions? Thank you. Apologize for being absent.
No worries. Thank you. We'll go to legislative updates. Do my colleagues have anything? I was going to report briefly on my trip to Sacramento last Wednesday, June 12th. I testified at the Senate, or excuse me, the Assembly, the bill that is specifically at board, Senate Bill 907. Nashak James saw that coming a mile away, but I don't know. I was a little, I don't know. I try not to take my too seriously, but I flew up there. I was given, it's a bill only for the board. I'm the president of the board. I was given 2 minutes. I was told by a member of the committee that my arguments were not persuasive and weak, and yeah, but I got 2 minutes. I didn't have much of a chance at. Anyway, that's to the world of Sacramento. So anyway, the Senate, or I keep saying Senate, the Assembly Education Committee will be taking up Senate Bill 907. I gather next Wednesday, the 26th. I cannot go to Sacramento for that, so
I will be there.
he's volunteered to go. Maybe you'll have better luck, and maybe it's me. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see if they give me 4 minutes, maybe.
Okay. With that, any committee reports from any members of the board?
I just wanted to share that I went to Preparatory Academy, was joined by Dr. Miramontes and Dennis Cole, and we had a wonderful time. I don't think I've ever shaken so many hands in my life, but it was very, very moving, very touching, very well done, and just a very wonderful experience. So thank you for having me, and I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Was that your board member comment as well?
Yes.
Okay.
It was.
Dr. Williams?
I have none.
Trustee Valdez?
I don't have any comments.
You know what? I would just comment too. I just want to thank everyone who's still here or listening somewhere, that we appreciate everyone who came out. Over the last several meetings, we've had hundreds of people come and speak to us, call us, email us, text us, and we do appreciate public comment and what you all have to say to us. I think it's really important that people have that opportunity, and I enjoy hearing different people's perspective on what they think. So it's been I think a good learning experience for me, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Dr. Sparks?
Oh, yeah, I would just echo, I want to thank the community for coming out all these past several months and for giving us all the wonderful feedback from all the community members and all the emails that we've gotten and all the phone calls and texts and everything. And yeah, so great work, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being a trooper. What time is it now there? 4 in the morning?
It's 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning, okay.
I'm doing well.
You're a trooper. All right. Yeah, I want to thank everybody who participated in this process. I hope we had a fair and deliberative and transparent process. I really want to thank Renee and the staff for helping facilitate everything and reminding me what needs to be done. And so thank you. You know, I kind of knew instantly this was going to be a large undertaking and one that a lot of people are going to pay attention to. So I wanted to get it right and make sure we put our best foot forward and got good applicants and to a good result. So obviously want to thank and compliment Dr. Bean and congratulate him. And we will look forward to a more ceremonial swearing in on July 3rd, and be sure you bring your family, friends, and et cetera. We'll have a good time. But obviously we plan on Dr. Bean being effective July 1st there that Monday. So we gave you all of, what, a week and a half to unwind your current employment and get ready to start with us. So that's great. And one other last comment from me, if I could. I did want to kind of adjourn in memory of someone here. Tom Mock passed away. If you knew Tom, he was the CEO of the county. believe it or not, he'd been the city manager of La Habra way back in the day, but went on to work for many years. I got to know him pretty well when I was working for County Supervisor Wynn. He was the CEO of the county. He just recently passed away on June 8th. So I wanted to honor Tom Mock, who was quite a great leader in our county for many, many years. So with that, I think that's it. So we will stand adjourned until
July 3rd.
July 3rd. We'll see you then.